YouTube world, welcome to my Booktube page, The Book Detective. I'm Felicia, and this is my first post on my brand new YouTube channel. Woo! On this channel, I will be doing book reviews / book discussions, maybe movie reviews, book hauls if I get a lot of books, tags, and all that other fun jazz that comes with having a Booktube channel. I will be doing a bookshelf tour after this to kind of show you what I like to read, to see if you'll like to read that same stuff. But my bookshelves aren't really like together. I have like a bunch of mini-ish bookshelves. So I have like a shelf above my desk, and I have shelves on the side of my bed, and I have like a mini bookshelf in the corner of my room. So the bookshelf tour will take you through all of those little places. On this channel, I will be reading, for the most part, will be fantasy, dystopians, fictional books, maybe some historical fiction, a few contemporaries, but not a lot. And almost all the different types of books if they're interesting and cool. My book reviews will be set up with the beginning being a summary and my general feelings on the book, and then the next half will be all these spoilery parts, my favorite parts, my least favorite parts, all the stuff that happened in the book. I will warn you guys before I switch over to my spoiler section so that the people who haven't read the book can click off and go read the book. So the first books I have on my bookshelf are the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. I have the first book, Divergent, in both softcover and in hardcover. And I have the next two books, Insurgent and Allegiant, both in hardcover. This is one of my favorite books. It's a great dystopian series. Next, I have the first book in Lauren Kate's Fallen series, Fallen. After Fallen, I have The Future of Us by Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler. Then I have the three books in the Buffy the Vampire series. I have the first Harry Potter book, The Sorcerer's Stone. It's very used because I've read these books like 100 times. After The Sorcerer's Stone, I am missing the second one, The Chamber of Secrets, but I have the third Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm also missing the fourth Harry Potter, but I do have the fifth Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix. I have the sixth one, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Don't know where the cover jacket went though. And I have the seventh Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So these books were probably the first book that ever got me to read. After Harry Potter, I have The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Then I have my Septimus Heap series by Angie Sage. The first book is Magic, then Flight, Physic, Quest, and Siren. I have my Vampire Diaries series by L.J. Smith. The first book is The Awakening and the Struggle, and the second book is The Fury and the Dark Reunion. The series then had a spin-off called The Return. So it was The Return, Nightfall, The Return, Shadow Souls, and The Return, Midnight. I really loved these books. They are one of my favorites. I know there's like another spin-off, I believe, but I never got into it because it was written by a ghostwriter. The first book I have on the top portion of my desk is Ink Death by Cornelius Funk. It is the third book in the Inkheart trilogy. After that, I have my collection of the Heroes of Olympus books by Rick Riordan. The first book is The Lost Hero. The second book is The Son of Neptune. The third book is The Mark of Athena. The fourth book is The House of Hades. And the fifth book is The Blood of Olympus. These are one of my all-time favorite series, and I love Rick Riordan as an author. The next series I have on my shelf is The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel by Michael Scott. The first book in the series is The Alchemist. The second is The Magician. The third is The Sorceress. The fourth is The Enchantress. The fifth is The Warlock. And the sixth is The New Commander. The book after that I have is Porch Lights by Dorothea Benton Frank. After that I have The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And then I have The Things They Carry by Tim O'Brien. Beginning on my bookshelf by my bed, the first book I have is the first book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, The Lightning Thief. This series is one of my all-time favorites, yet sadly I only have the first book. After that, I have Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. Next is Until the End by Christopher Pike. The next books I have are my collection of Nicholas Sparks books. I've read most of his books, but I only own a couple. The Guardian, Dear John, The Notebook, and The Lucky One. Then I have the first book in the Shiver trilogy, Shiver. After that, I have Eon by Allison Goodman. Then I have my collection of Alex Rider books. They're one of my favorites when I was younger, so they're still on my shelf. The first one is Stormbreaker, then Point Blank, Skeleton Key, Eagle Strike, Scorpia, Archangel, Snakehead, Crocodile Tears, and Scorpia Rising. Then I have Aragon by Christopher Pellini. It is the first book in the Aragon series. After that, I have the Maximum Ride series, which the first one is Maximum Ride The Angel Experiment, School's Out Forever, Saving the World, and Other Extreme Sports. Then they did an additional series called The Protectors. I'm missing the first one, which is called The Final Warning. The second one is Max. The third one is Fang. And I'm pretty sure there's one more called Angel, which I have read, I just do not own. So on the top shelf of my mini bookshelf, the first books I have are the Spiderwick Chronicles. They're pretty tiny books, but they were one of my favorite as kids, and they're just great little stories. Next to that, I have my Shadow Falls series. The first book I have is actually a combo book of the first two in the series. It's Born at Midnight and Awaken at Dawn. The third book is Taken at Dusk. The fourth book is Whispers at Moonrise, and the fifth book is Chosen at Nightfall. These are one of my favorite series, and they did a spin-off called After Dark, and I have the first two that are out so far in that series. It's Reborn and Eternal, and they're all just really great books. And on top of there, I have Inkheart, the first book in the Inkheart trilogy by Cornelius Funk. Next, I have books by J.K. Rowling. I have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Quidditch Through the Ages. I also have The Tales of Beedle the Bard by J.K. Rowling. And after that, I have Red by R.P. Rigoli and Susan Reeves. And though the cover is very deceiving, this is actually a pretty good book. After that, I have I Am Messenger by the author of The Book Thief. And last book I have on my shelf is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I really loved this book. I wasn't a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, but I really found this book to be interesting. On my second shelf of my mini bookshelf, I have The Twilight Saga by Stephanie Myers. The first book, Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. After that, I have the first three books in the Night World series by L.J. Smith. On the last shelf of my mini bookshelf, I have my two Dan Brown books, The Lost Symbol and The Da Vinci Code. I also have The Vampire Diaries, Stephen Diaries, which I never actually read. And then I have The Secret Circle, The Initiative and The Captive Part 1, and The Secret Circle, The Captive Part 2, and Power. After that, I have my two John Green books, Looking for Alaska and Paper Towns. And lastly, I have by Rachel Mead, Game Board of the Gods. And my last little stack of books is next to my bed. They're either the books I just finished or I'm currently reading. The first book in the pile is Stormfront by Jim Butcher. I have been trying to read this book for what feels like months, and I'm not even halfway yet. After that, it's Anomaly by Tanya Cooper. This is probably one of my new favorite books, and it's probably the book I'll do the first review on because it's really awesome. After that, I have The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I have heard such great things about this book, so I picked it up the last time I was out, and I haven't gotten a chance to start it yet, but I will soon. I have the first 2 books in the Immortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, City of Bones and City of Ashes. I have finished City of Bones and I'm about halfway through City of Ashes so far. They are pretty good books and I'm excited to see where the series will progress as it goes. Thanks for watching my bookshelf tour on The Book Detective. If you really liked the video, go ahead and like it below. If you think you like what I'll be doing in the future, go ahead and subscribe. I will probably have a book review up within the next couple of days, hopefully. Cross my fingers. If you've read any of the books that I've read, go ahead and comment below any of your opinions on the book. If you have any books you'd want me to review for this channel, you can post them in the comments as well. I will respond to all of my comments. So thanks for watching. Peace out.